Yes, folks, Comrade Dan easily wins the annual A-Hole of the Year award. But first, I have a couple of questions for our resident communist, Comrade John Lightfoot. John, who is now in this so-called 2.5 lockdown until the 16th of September? You are. And John, who is now wearing the tinfoil hat? You are. Anyway, let's get started with Comrade Dan's police and their despicable arrest of that pregnant woman. And hat tip to Alan Pappert and many others for this one.
Guys are doing this. Yeah, you can show me your search warrant before you go through my house.
You're the occupier or tenant?
Yeah, I own this house.
There it is. There's a search warrant.
Search warrant for what?
Now, what I will explain to you is if you want to listen, you've got your phone going.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Right. Now, you're under arrest in relation to incitement.
Incitement?
Yeah. Now, you're not obliged to say or do anything, but anything you say or do may be given evidence.
Excuse me, incitement for what? What on earth? Yeah. Excuse me, what on earth?
Yeah, just put your phone down.
Can you, like,
record
this? I'm in my pyjamas.
What's
I
this?
have an ultrasound in an hour.
Yeah, she's pregnant, so...
I'll take it easy.
What's this about?
But I have an ultrasound
Just let me
in
finish.
an hour.
Let me finish and I'll explain. It's in relation to a Facebook post, in relation to a lockdown protest you put on for Saturday.
Yeah, and I wasn't breaking any laws by doing
You
that.
are actually. You are breaking the law. That's why I'm arresting you in relation to incitement.
How can you arrest her? That's...
In front of my two children.
Can't you just say to her, take the post down? Like, come
I'm
on.
happy to delete the post. This is ridiculous.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I have to give you these caution rights. You understand?
Yeah, that's
You're
fine.
not-
Like, I'm
not
happy to
advised
delete the
say
post.
do
This is
anything.
ridiculous. Like,
Anything
this
you
is
say
in front of
do
my... That's
may be
fine.
giving evidence. You understand that?
Yeah, that's fine. But my two kids are here. I have an ultrasound in an hour.
me
Like,
finish.
I'm happy
Let
to
me
delete
finish.
the post.
You also have the right to communicate with or to communicate with a legal practitioner. You understand those rights?
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, this is a bit unfair. Come on, mate.
No,
What about she just doesn't do the event? Like, it's not like she's done it.
Well,
She made a post.
already committed the offence. So I'm not going to
So that's an offence.
Now, the search warrant entitles us and we're required to seize any computers, any mobile devices you have.
Wow, seize any computers and mobile devices you have.
Yeah, can I just get your badge there, mate?
It's all there. Okay? You understand?
No, I don't really understand what I've done wrong. I really don't understand what I've done. This is ridiculous. I've got...
This is a lot of stress on her too. She's pregnant, like, come on. I'm relaxed. This is just very unfair.
What we're going to do, I'll explain what we're going to do. We seize any computers and or tablets. Just let me finish. Let me finish. Any mobile telephone you've got, okay? So what we want is any mobile telephone you've got.
You're gonna need that.
No, that's actually my sister's phone. It's not
Yeah,
my
it's
name.
her sister. So.
Doesn't matter. Any device in this house we're taking.
This is
Well,
ridiculous.
you're not taking my phone.
Well,
I'm taking any device.
any
That's
device.
my phone. It's nothing to do with her. It's my...
Yeah, anyway, now to Andrew Bolt's take on this.
But first, congratulations. Congratulations to the Andrews government in Victoria, the Daniel Andrews police state. You guys are now world famous. You've smashed it. Around the globe, around 7 million people so far have watched the video showing your police force, your proud police force, handcuffing and arresting a pregnant woman, Zoe Buller, in her pyjamas at home in front of her children, simply for posting on Facebook an advertisement for a protest in the rural city of Ballarat, a protest against Victoria's cruel lockdown laws.
I'm in my pajamas.
What's
I have
this?
an ultrasound in an hour.
Yeah, she's pregnant,
And
so...
I wasn't breaking any laws by doing
What's this about?
But I have an ultrasound in an hour. In front
How
of
can
my
you
children.
arrest her?
In front
That's...
of my two children.
Can't you just say to her, take the post down? Like, come
I'm
on.
happy to delete the post.
And now to the bad news for the government. The reaction overseas, I'll get to the reaction here, in a second, including what Zoe Buller herself said today. The reaction overseas is actually generally of shock, horror. In Britain, pregnant mum in pyjamas arrested in front of kids over anti-lockdown Facebook post. Even Russia's RT network, funded by the authoritarian Russian regime itself, is shocked, and these guys are used to KGB tactics. Australia should be ashamed and appalled by this video of police handcuffing a pregnant woman for posting an anti-lockdown message. And in the United States, more media coverage of this astonishing story, including a warning from a prominent Conservative TV host, Laura Ingraham. This is what's coming in Joe Biden's America. Pregnant woman arrested in Ballarat for creating an anti-lockdown protest event on Facebook. So the world is watching this arrest and going, wow, really? But here is something bizarre. Frankly, it's unbelievable. 7 million people around the world have watched it, but there is one man who says he is not. One man who says he has not watched the video is a man whose police actually did the handcuffing under this same man's extreme emergency powers law. His police, his law, but Premier Daniel Andrews says, I didn't watch it.
I've not seen the vision. I don't know what, I'm not sure any of us know what she was attempting to incite, allegedly.
Yeah, now what's wrong with this guy? He is in complete denial about everything he's doing.
Do you believe he's telling the truth? You can text me. I'll take a little straw poll. Anyone who thinks Daniel, or make it easier for me, anyone who thinks Daniel Andrews didn't see the video, please text me. In fact, we do, despite what Daniel Andrews was saying, know exactly what Zoe Buller was attempting to, was allegedly inside. It's right there in a Facebook page, a protest in Ballarat against these lockdown laws. A protest with face masks and social distancing, quite responsible. The Premier didn't know that. It turns out there was another thing he didn't know. Why were his police so heavy-handed with a woman who simply posted about a protest against the government and its laws when that very same police force would not arrest a single person at Melbourne's huge Black Lives Matter protest early this year? In fact, here's the irony. Police in Ballarat even bent the knee to the cause. What a coincidence. Police in Ballarat bowed to an illegal protest of the left, but now a woman organising a protest against Daniel Andrews in that same city gets arrested in her gym jams. Why the different treatment? Again, the Premier didn't know.
Do you think it's
heavy-handed?
The organisers of the Black Lives Matter protest have been charged with incitement, given that they were also planning a protest at a time when we were under restrictions and 10,000 people attended?
I would need to refer you to Victoria Police in relation to what occurred with those people.
Yeah, once again, look over there. Blame someone else.
Okay, so the watching world is horrified, but now to the reaction here. Well, if the police wanted to scare the bejesus out of people, scare them out of protesting against these terrible bans, they sure succeeded, at least with Zoe herself. She now faces jail. Here she is this morning.
You know, they said they weren't really happy about having to arrest me or anything, but that's what's happening at the moment in our state. So
what was your reason for putting up the post and wanting to do the silent protest? Why did you do that?
Well, for one, I actually, sorry about my bimbo moment, I didn't realise that I wasn't allowed to.
Yeah, now this woman has been very reasonable indeed.
And I did kind of want to protest in Melbourne, but obviously I knew I wasn't allowed to do that. So I just wanted to feel like I was doing something, you know, standing up for human rights. And, you know, I'm just a passionate person and I'm sick of the lockdowns. I'm sick of hearing about suicides. I personally lost my job, you know, and just Just sick of watching the economy collapse. It's getting to the point where, I wanted to peaceful protest, and I don't want anyone going to jail or anyone getting hurt or, anything like that. So, I'm not going to sit here and encourage protesting. It's sad though. I wish I could, but, I don't want to encourage it and then watch people be hurt, if they do go and protest, if there's forceful arrests and stuff like that. So I don't even know. It's just so emotional. Like, I'm just baffled.
Would you still go and protest if you could?
No, I'm too scared now. And it's fear mongering.
Exactly. Anyway, now to the police, and hat tip to Roger D for this one.
Staying at home and not leaving home to protest is the best way to ensure that we can recover our lives, recover our jobs, and recover some sense of normality. Don't let selfish behaviour get in the way of this. If, however, you do take the selfish option and leave home to protest, we'll be ready for you.
Ooh, we'll be ready for you.
So while I won't go into the details of our tactics and our plans on the day, be assured we'll be ready for you. And we'll be ready for you not only in the city, but we'll be ready for you when you leave home.
When you leave home.
And hop on public transport or use other means to come into the city. We will be ready to meet you where you go mobile, and our aim is to prevent you from coming into the city. So we're not standing by and waiting for people to come into the city. We'll be out there in the suburbs. We'll be on the roads and the public transport system to make sure everyone is complying with the restrictions. So if you find yourself on public transport on Saturday, coming into the city, you can expect that police will want to speak to you. Police will want you to explain which of the permitted reasons you have for leaving home. And of course, if you're leaving home or you've left home in order to protest, if you're outside your 5 kilometre bubble, you'll be held in breach and you will be fined. And if you persist in your behaviour and you don't comply, you will be arrested in the interests of keeping everyone safe. We have hundreds of police ready to respond, including our general duties and specialist police, such as the Public Order Response Unit, Mounted Branch and the Highway Patrol. They've all been rostered and will be deployed to support this operation. Now, this is a very significant operation, and as I said last week, this takes invaluable resources away from local communities to support this.
Then don't do it.
And of course, none of this would be necessary if people actually behaved in accordance with the directions and stayed at home, rather than choosing to go out selfishly and engage in public protest. So we'll be out there with the community, supporting the community and helping people get through these difficult times. But if you're out in the community for a reason that's not allowable and you're out in the community in order to engage in public protest, you can expect to be held to account. Now, I understand that there has been some concern this morning about an arrest affected by Ballarat-based members yesterday involving a female offender. And so I just wanted to address some remarks to that situation. And I've had the benefit of being briefed in relation to the circumstances around that arrest by my colleague from Western Region, Assistant Commissioner Cindy Millen. And of course, I'd be the first to acknowledge the optics, for want of a better description, of arresting a pregnant female. It's never going to look good.
You don't say.
The optics of arresting someone who's pregnant is terrible. And so, of course, we were very keen to understand the circumstances and consider whether or not in all the circumstances that action was appropriate. And I can say to you, based on the briefings that have been provided to me and my colleague, Assistant Commissioner Cindy Millen, we're absolutely satisfied that in those circumstances, the members behaved appropriately and in accordance with our policy.
Yeah, then change your policy. And then there was this, and hat tip to Craig MacArthur for this one.
Excuse me. What's the problem? No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You don't have authorization to be on the property.
Open the door or force it.
You don't have authorization to be on the property.
I'm not playing your game.
You are illegally trespassing and you will be charged.
All right, you ready?
Well, show me the search warrant. Hold on, you're not just gonna... If you do break anything, you will be prosecuted.
Come down.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Come down.
No, you're trespassing.
All the opportunity in the world, James.
Yeah, you've rocked up. I was on the toilet.
Otherwise,
Yeah, I've just gotten up.
one,
What?
are you going to open the door, yes or no?
Give me a minute.
No, now.
Well, what is this in regards to? What's it in regards to? You haven't told me anything.
Incitement.
Incitement for what?
You know you've spoken to your colleagues on the online, I know.
I told them not to go to the protest.
Well, come and tell
Is
me
that-
that.
Well, I'm telling you right now. I can speak to you right now.
Open the door. Now.
Why do you want me to open the door when I'm speaking to you guys right now?
We're going to have to break it.
Why?
Authorises forced entry.
What? Just explain what you're doing first, and then perhaps I'll comply easily. But you're just yelling. You got people everywhere. Explain. Just talk to me properly. Like, what is going on? You've just rocked up with force. Got no idea. Like early in the morning. Can you just explain, and then I will open the door? What's it to do with? Yeah, hold on. What's it to do with, though? What have I done?
Come down and open the door.
No, you didn't tell me.
We did.
What?
Search warrant.
Now look at this guy coming in with a battering ram.
Yeah, okay, search warrant for what? What are you suspecting me of doing?
He said he's going to come downstairs. He's not, so...
Yeah, to do with what? No, if you do that, I will charge every single one of you. I'll take you to court and you're going to lose. Look at that no trespassing sign, yeah? There's 7 court case precedents from the Supreme and High Courts of Australia.
You said you're coming down, you're not?
Yeah, because I'm trying to talk to you first. You're not telling me what you're doing.
Told you.
Yeah, what's it? Search warrant for what? What gives you the authority to have a search warrant? Whoa, you do that. You know what? Leave my shit. Don't break my stuff, you fucking retard. Hey, stop breaking my shit. Leave my shit. Whoa. Yeah, okay. All right, stop. I'll stop. Okay. All right. Okay, stop. I'm compliant.
Stop resisting!
You turn your hands behind your back.
Yeah. Now, folks, what Daniel Andrews is putting Victorians through is absolutely despicable. And believe me, Jacinda is watching and learning. And if she gets re-elected, we could easily see the same here. Anyway, right now I have 2 more questions for John. 1. Who is still on the COVID stage milking it all the way to the election? Jacinda is. And 2. Who is scaring people into voting early because of COVID-19? Jacinda is.